and if you had it your way, who would be the next opponent you would want to fight? I know you're a fighter and you just do what your team tells you to do, but who would you like to fight?
Like I said, you know, we can call out a lot of guys, but you know, I'm open to anybody that wants to step up. At 135, I've mentioned it before. You know, a title unification match. Jorge Linares is the #1 guy that stands out the most. If that's unavailable, at 140, you know, you got title unification matches right now coming around the corner between Crawford and Indongo. You know, that would be a great matchup. But we all know the promotional, you know, problems sometimes don't allow fights to happen. So I'm not gonna be waiting for anybody. You know, I think look at the turnout tonight, and look at the media and everybody more buzz about my fight with Adrien Broner than people talking about Crawford and Indongo. No disrespect to the champions, but let's just make it, you know, be honest. You know, and I'm not gonna be waiting for someone that the promoter might not be willing to work with. You know, if that's unavailable, then I'm looking at other options, even 140 or even, like I said, even 147.
And I'll say something that Mikey's going to say. Mikey's not a guy who does what his team says to do. Mikey didn't spend 2.5 years, you know, in the lawsuit to do what his team says to do. Mikey doesn't talk like this. I'll say Mikey makes his own decisions. He runs his own. And that's what he waited 2.5 long years to do. So at this point, we'll all sit down. But who Mikey wants to fight is the guy that he'll fight.
Okay. Get him, James. Mikey, when you were out for 2 years, a certain TV network told you no one cares about you. Well, how does it feel now when people do care?
2.5 years off, you know, and there was a lot of questions. You know, people wondered if my heart was still in it, or if I would come back like before, if I'd be, you know, motivated enough. But you know, it's nice to come back and show everybody that, you know, my heart's in it. I'm hungrier than ever. I'm probably better than ever. And, you know, we can see the results. You know, it was a great crowd, great outcome. A lot of fans came out to support. All the media was out here. So, you know, I think that tells whoever had doubts, you know, shows them, you know, that we're back and you know, we're ready to take over.
Mike, BrooklynFights.com is your reporter. Can you speak to the fact that one of the rounds you seemed to put your hands down when you was fighting Broner for about a good minute and a half? Can you speak about you know, why you did that and what you saw in Broner that made you do that, as well as some of the training that you experienced with Marcos Maidana previously when Maidana fought Broner? Was some of that helpful also going against Broner?
I worked with Marcos Maidana for the Mayweather fights, but he did tell us that Adrien Broner is a strong guy and that he finishes the fights real strong. Even after being dropped, you know, early in the fight with Marcos, Adrien Broner was able to come back strong, finish the fight real strong. So Marcos did, you know, mention that to my brother, and so we were aware of that. We were cautious about that, but that's why we didn't give him those opportunities in the later rounds. We kept that activity going. You know, I think it might have been the 10th round where I might have slowed down a little bit, but then picked it back up on the 11th and 12th round. You know, we don't want to make, you know, make the mistake of giving him those rounds. To the point of me dropping my hands, you know, I just wanted to show everybody, you know, I got more things in the tricks. You know, I got more little tricks in the box that people still haven't seen. I keep telling you, you guys still haven't seen the best of me. And I wanted to show you a little something. And even in front of Adrien Broner, who's fast and strong, I'm not afraid of him. I wasn't going to be afraid. I knew what I was doing. Dropped my hands, let him throw punches. He wasn't going to land anything. And he backed off. Instead of trying to, you know, knock me out or let his hands go, he knew, you know, it wasn't going to happen. So he actually started walking back. And I walked him back with my hands down. You know, I was just showing him he's not a better fighter than me. You know, I beat him just even at that, mentally. I think that was an advantage for me there, a victory in itself, and I show the fans, you know, what I'm able to do inside the ring.
Mikey, does this victory over Broner put you in the mix for pound supremacy?
That's up to you guys and the writers. Everybody has a different list. I think it's a step closer to that, but I'm not chasing that either. I'm just here to do my job, you know, and let the fans enjoy a great night of boxing, and that's all I'm here to do. Anybody that wants to put me on the list or not, it doesn't really matter to me.
Hey Mikey, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
After your long, drawn-out battle at Top Rank, if they do allow you to get into the ring with guys like Lomachenko and Crawford, would it be a little sweeter to be one of those guys and kind of stick it to them?
Look, if I take a fight with them, there's no grudge. I know this is business. I know how business is done, and you know, I learned from those 2.5 years. I learned how they handle business. They want to fight. If they want to put one of their guys, you know, then they're gonna come to us, and we can work together. I don't have a problem with that, but I'm not gonna come and kneel down to whatever terms they want to, you know, give. It doesn't work like that. I'm in a different position now. I think, you know, these last few fights show, you know, the fighter that I am, and not necessarily that it would be a, you know, sweeter victory for that reason, but I think, you know, just showing the fans that I'm a better fighter than those fighters that you mentioned who are held up here, you know, and me beating those kind of guys, that's the victory there. Not who's promoting them or who's promoting the show. It's, you know, beating the guys that people think are on top of the pound for pound list or on top of the world and you know, beatable. Because I know I could beat all these guys.